So yes, welcome back to another reasoning session. Last week, I had my son Dylan Pondes. Before that, I had Pablo Naphtali, and come back again this week. And also, the one called Louis March, Zero Gun Violence Movement activist. Boy, I was gonna say 79, but then that's when we're graduating. So I'd start in 70. Wait, how long are you there? Canada? Yeah. So that's how long he's been doing it. And fighting for youth on the streets of Toronto with the police, with the mayor of the city, John Tory. I'm going to mention his name because I don't have much love for this brother of how he's dealing with my children. So the first thing I want to really deal with, I asked some people to give me some input about what they would want to ask you. And one of the ones that came up today, which it might kind of get us off, it may be the right or the wrong foot, is it starts with that young lady, what's her name again? Regis. Falling 24 stories. But what I found out through my source here, they ask about where is this? The RCMP officer assaulted and battered a 55-year-old woman with a walker. The other one was police cleared in woman's death after fall from balcony. This is in Barrie, Ontario. The SIU investigating man falls 15-floor balcony, interaction with London police. And here in Toronto, we have Regis. So, what is the SIU? What is the police investigating police? How is that working out? Because in my mind, as a citizen, I realized if I was punching and beating up somebody, and I'd have to explain those bruises to the SIU, the best way to hide that was to just throw the person off the roof. But what do you think about them think that?
So the SIU is the result of work that we did in the 70s.
And talk low from the
Yeah, it was, we had a Black Youth Conference in 1979 at Skedden Community Center, and we were talking about police brutality. Because in the last 12 months leading up to the conference, 8 youth had been killed by the police. So we asked for the government to set up an investigative body under the direction of Dudley Laws, the Universal Negro Improvement Association, to set up an investigative body to police the police. Because we didn't have the ability to police the police at that time. So the SIU was set up, Special Investigative Unit. However, it has not worked out the way it was designed. Because the only people that are in the SIU are ex-police officers. Right now, the SIU is investigating 100 cases where police interaction with the public resulted in some violent action.
And death.
And death. And out of that 100 that they're investigating, 99% of them will vindicate the police. And the 1% that they don't vindicate is normally like a sexual harassment case, right?
Which they can't hide from.
Yeah. So now we question the value of the SIU. Because we have a case right now where Andre DeCampbell, DeAndre Campbell, mental health issues, calls the police, and he ends up dead.
And then they
And
say,
apparently the taser didn't work, and they shot him multiple times in his chest. This is 2 months ago. The sisters, they're watching it, and says, I don't know why you had to shoot him, right? He's on the ground, the police officer. 2 months later, he still has not given his report to the SIU to do the investigation.
So the policing thing no work for me personally. That's one case.
Yes, this is one case, and I'm just giving you
It's
some
100.
specifics that, of
Yeah.
course, right? So the SIU needs an SIU to investigate the SIU, right? Seriously. Like, we have to investigate. We spent a lot of time was spent over the last 2 years on the justice talk. They were looking at the oversight of police. And they came up with a list of investigation after a series of consultations. And we said we can't have, in the recommendations, you can't have all ex-police officers. There has to be civilians, right? There has to be a timeliness of the investigation. The notes from the police have to be handed over, and certain things. As soon as Doug Ford became premier, he pulled that report and the recommendations off. It was legislated, it was voted on, but he repealed it, right? The situation with Regis and the balcony, I noticed that there's a lot of cases where balconies are involved, right? Where somebody falls off the balcony.
Or jumps off all by themselves.
So, I know that, and it can't be debated, that if the mother of Regis had not made the phone call to the police,
The SIU
For
would
help.
not have been there.
Regis would be alive
Okay, cool.
today.
Okay.
DeAndre Campbell, if he hadn't phoned the police for help,
Right.
he would be alive today too,
Right.
right? So, we're starting to question this serve and protect thing. Who are they serving and protecting? And who's mysteriously jumping off balconies? But we know that when the police arrived, and I'm going to focus on this case a little bit. When the police arrived, after supposedly 3 calls that something was going on, they met Regis and her mother and her brother on the 24th floor of this building. When they came out, the situation had been diffused. The police could have gone home. But no, Regis said, I want to go to the washroom. She goes to the washroom. 5 police officers, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. 5 police officers follow her into the apartment. Because remember they're in the hallway, right?
Mm.
They don't allow the mother and the brother to go in. Then there's a scuffle that is heard inside, and 3 appeals from Regis to the mother. Help me, help me, help me. 1, 2, 3 times. Scuffle continues. Next thing, 1 police officer comes out, and this is all from the eyewitness account, not from the SIU, because they haven't told us anything. They said that she's going to the next apartment. Then one other police comes out and says she's on the ground, which means she's on the ground, right? We don't know what happened with those 5 police officers. Regis doesn't weigh 100 pounds.
So how many of them was actually in the apartment?
5.
They were all in the apartment.
5 of them followed her.
Didn't allow the family to come in.
No. So all of these things now begs for the question what took place. Apparently the 5 police officers now have submitted their report and they've interviewed some witnesses. But have they said anything to the public? No.
No.
Nothing.
What I did hear, this was in the local news,
Yeah.
was the statement from the family lawyer. You know, and he, as you know, being a lawyer represented in the case, he's reluctant to say what evidence or so that he have, but he's saying they strongly believe that if the police didn't show up, she would be alive, just like what you said.
Yeah.
So
That's facts.
When we say that,
And DeAndre Campbell would still be alive too
right,
if the call had not been made.
right.
To the police. So what is going on with the police and our people? Why are these
has it
interactions?
ever been different?
No, what the human rights research has told us is that when there's a police interaction with a black person, that person is 20 times likely, more than white people, to end up in a fatality. 20 times. It's like it's hunting black people season with the police when a call goes out.
So when you speak police, I want to educate some of the younger heads out there of how the concept of policing was used pretty much right at the abolition of slavery, where the police, part of their job was also to round up black men and make sure that there was never any gatherings of 5 or more people. And the history of policing, it has never been a respectful situation for black people from day one. So at this point in time, when I
But
say
nothing has changed.
nothing,
Now I'm in 2020.
nothing,
They've packaged
nothing.
themselves differently. They've labeled their activity differently.
Right.
But as I'm saying, like this, we're in hunting black people season by the police. Why is it 20 times more likely that you're going to end up dead in an interaction? Like if the police stop somebody on the street and it's a white person, the interaction is different.
Every
You
time.
know, like just go home, get your license, report so on and so. With a black person, he has to come out of the car, he has to be handcuffed and certain things.
A quick example.
Why?
A quick example of what you said, and I will come to you. A British gentleman was drinking a beer up in Malvern while playing ball in the park. Police ticketed him at them times about $300, right, for drinking in public. A black man. A few weeks later, I'm down in the beaches, juggling a soccer ball with a beer in one hand and a spliff in the next hand. And the police, I didn't see them coming up behind me. And a young male and a young female behind me walk right up, and I'm caught with a beer and a spliff, you know.
He must have been happy.
And I'm like, shit. And then the only thing they said to us was, come on guys, keep it down. And I literally said to my 2 white friends, man, it's cool hanging out with white people. Because if it was 3 brothers, the situation would have been different. And I'm fully aware of it. And I said it right in front of the police too. And we all had a nice laugh. But my goal right now, and as I speak to you, and you speak, you're really on the ground about this.